In the beginning, my life after the French Foreign Legion was like a bad dream.
Each legionnaire is your brother in arms, whatever his nationality, his race, or his religion. You always show him the same close solidarity that links members of the same family.
So, no coffee, no worky. That's what the Filipinian guy always said when I worked with them after the Legion in the private security on ships, in counter piracy. No coffee, no worky. I love these Filipino guys. Great guys, great guys. So, yes, after Legion, bad dreams. I remember very well when the day I left the French Foreign Legion, it was the 2nd February 2002. And, I wear this uniform, you see Gaston behind me, I wear exactly the same uniform. This was my old uniform. And so I left the Quartier Vienno in Albania, and in my hand I had the same bag as I had when I joined the Legion 17 years before. It was crazy. And in this bag, there was just a handful of memories. And that's it. This was my life. This was my lifetime achievement. And the rest, always everything here. So I remember very well, I passed through the gate of the Quartier Vienno, and then I hesitated. I wanted to turn around. That's what I did finally, but it was hard for me. I turned around. I looked for the last time to the French Foreign Legion, and I gave them the Quartier a salute like this. And then I turned around and I left. I had an appointment with the next train to Germany because my second life, or my first life after Legion, would be in Germany for a long while, until now, until today. And I thought by myself, the Legion taught me so much things, straightness and loyalty and honor and fidelity. And the Legion taught me also that we in Europe, and I think also in other places, we are living in a material world, We have a lot of things. We have to eat, we have to drink, we have houses, we have an apartment, we have a job, most of us. And but with the Legion, I visited countries, especially African countries, where they have nothing, where the people have nothing, where they are poor, they have nothing to eat, and the Legion taught me to be grateful, for all the stuff we have in our material world, and the Legion taught me also that if you want to achieve something, if you want something in life, you can do it. You are able to do it. If you have your will, if you make your decision, everything is possible. There's no impossible. No. You can achieve everything in life when you just want it. And this is what the Legion taught me, right? And the Legion taught me also a lot of tolerance, Because we are all human, whether you are black, whether you are yellow, whether you are white, wherever you come from, whatever is your religion, we are all the same. We are all the same. And there's no difference. Yeah? And this is what the Legion taught me. Yeah? And I'm very grateful for this. Yes, to be honest, what I am missing most in my civilian life now is the camaraderie. Is my comrades, I miss the spirit of brotherhood of men, brothers in arms. I miss the trustworthy, I miss the word given by a man. When in the Legion, a legionnaire told me I will do this and I will do that and I will do it now or later or at this time. It just happened, you know. But here in the civilian life, it's a lot of blah, blah, blah. Yes, we will do, we can do, we will happen very soon, la, la, la. But in the end of the day, it don't happen. It don't happen. You know, a man, a word, a man. In the Legion, it counts. But here in the civilian life, sometimes nope. Of course, you can find men here outside in the civilian life who are like me, who are like legionnaires. A man, a word. But you don't have so many. Don't have so much. They are a few. Right? Yes, and finally, when I arrived in Germany, we had an apartment with my future spouse. She was German, close to the city of Würzburg. And I can remember very good. The first time in the beginning, in nighttime, I had bad dreams. And then my girlfriend told me in the next morning, "Hey, Thomas, what happened this night? You were sweating, you were screaming, you were punching in the pillow." So she was afraid, and she left the sleeping room in the middle of the night. And I couldn't remember. And sometimes I had flashbacks. Yes. In some situations, seeing from far people moving, seeing a soldier from another army, imagining some things happen in my head, you know. Sometimes I had these kind of flashbacks. And yes, in the beginning I had bad dreams. It was not easy for me. And it was kind of fear. But it was not a fear from man. It was a fear that I thought myself, in the civilian life, can you have success in civilian life being a former legionnaire? You know, because I wanted to create or to build, or I wanted to have a family. And in Friends for Legion, I know the job. It's easy for me. It was easy for me to be a legionnaire, right? Even if the life was hard, but it was easy for me. Yeah. But I feared that in the civilian life, I was not good enough. Maybe that's it. And it gave me a real hard time, you know, a real hard time. At least in the beginning. Yeah. Now these times are over. So I'm a happy guy. Yeah, in the beginning I worked in a theater, you know. The theater is in Würzburg, in the city of Würzburg, and it's called Theater am Neunerplatz. And you can imagine a legionnaire, a friend for a legionnaire, a former legionnaire, working in a theater for children and being responsible for sound and lights and techniques for pieces like Guten Morgen or Guten Tag, kleine Schweinchen, what means hello, good morning, little pig. This is a piece, a theater piece for children, you know. And the most stunning thing is that I love this job. It was fun. It was good. I met nice people, you know, people to talk with. They are really, you know, artists. Artists, they are a little bit like legionnaires, you know. They are crazy. And this is good for me. It was good for me, you know, to meet people like this. And I can, and very often I had the idea that life is very curious, you know. A couple of months before, I had the FAMAS in my hand. It was in Africa making interventions and operations and war. And now I'm here with a camera in my hand, you know. Just nice. But I also had hard times. I remember one scene, and my wife sent me to the supermarket. You know, and she wanted me to buy dog food and kind of washing powder, you know, to clean your clothes, you know, put in a washing machine. I cannot find the word in English right now. And then I was in the supermarket, and finally I stood in front of the regals, in front of the products, you know, for washing the clothes. They are liquid ones. They are hard ones, there are gray ones, yellow ones, small, big ones, you know, and I was there, and and my head was turning. I said, fuck, what do they want from me? And in this moment, it was like, click. The only thing I wanted to be back in the Frankfurt Legion. That's what I wanted. And this time, rather be in the Frankfurt Legion, having a rucksack on my back, 50 kilos inside, and doing a hard marching the whole day and the whole night. Rather this than being in the supermarket and buying bullshit. I couldn't believe. There was so much nonsense for me, you know, and people looking at me, and I was looking at people, and we didn't understand us, you know. They were like aliens for me, like aliens, you know. Civilian guys were like aliens for me. Crazy. Yes, and then in October 2002, I put my application in for a security job in Germany, you know. I wanted to work with Securitas Germany. You know Securitas, because Securitas is a security provider who works worldwide, you know, also in the United States, in the United Kingdom, everywhere, in Africa. And so I sent my CV, my curriculum vitae, and the boss invited me for have a speech, you know. And he opened the door, he saw me, and he said, hey, you are Thomas Gast. And I said, hey, yes, of course I am Thomas Gast. My name is on your CV. He said, no. I saw you in the movie, in the television. And this was a coincidence, because in my last year, my last position in the Frankfurt Legion was Maître de Tir, shooting master. And I was in Djibouti once, in 2001, and there was a German camera team, a movie team from the ARD, you know, very famous channel in Germany. And they turned a movie called Commando of the Frankfurt Legion, and they brought out the movie in Germany just a couple of months before I joined Germany. And the man, my boss, he saw this movie and he told me, you are Gast, Thomas. I know you. You have the job. And I had the job. And then I worked for Securitas, Germany. But it was not easy. Because, you know, I was 21 years. For 21 years, I was a professional soldier. Because before I joined the Legion, I was 4 years in the German ground forces. And then 17 years in the Frankfurt Legion. Makes 21 years. And now I had to work in Securitas, with men and women who have been teacher before, or vendors, or geriatric nurses, or kindergarten teacher, and all this stuff. And they could hardly handle all the equipment we had, weapons, tonfa, ammunition, radio, and all the stuff. It was not good for me, you know. And I missed things like professionality, like punctuality, like being in time, like trustworthy, you know. And all this stuff, I missed this, you know. Fucking hell, so they gave me a real hard time. But of course, my bosses saw that I was very familiar with all the security things, with the security world, with weapons, with ammunition, with giving orders, with executing orders, and all this stuff, you know. And very soon, maybe 4 months after, I was supervisor. And then things go ahead like they should be, you know. And I worked 2 years in security with Securitas. We worked in the Würzburg-Schweinfurt area, because there have been a lot of American army caserns, you know, like the Leighton Barracks in Würzburg. And they had US military soldiers based there, the big red one, you may know them. And so we were making security for the caserne, for the entrance, for the housing area, for their helicopter drop zones and all the stuff, you know. And also we guarded Ramstein, the Ramstein air base, you know. And it was a nice job. But, you know, I did it for 2 years, and after 2 years I was missing something, you know. I was missing something. It was, because for me it was normal life, you know, going up early in the morning, make breakfast, go to work, make the work 8 hours, going home, go to the supermarket, buy food, go home, make food dishes, have some fun with my girlfriend, and then looking television, and then next work the same, standing up, breakfast, go to work, and this is I was in a situation I fled when I joined the French Foreign Legion, because I never want to be Joe Block, you know. So, but now I was Joe Block, so I wanted to change something, and I had an opportunity when 2 years later, so in the year 2004, one day my telephone rang. My telephone rang, and when I hooked up, when I took the telephone, I heard a voice, the voice of a man I knew very well. It was a former legionnaire, a former adjutant-chef of the French Foreign Legion. He was German, and he asked me straight away, Thomas, you want to work with me in Afghanistan? I say yet. Yeah, I said yes, and I hooked up, and my heart goes boom, 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 boom. You know, I remember very well.
In combat, you act without passion and without hate. You respect the defeated enemy. You never abandon your death. You're wounded.